Hey guys, Irene here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will talk about the new-ish RF 135mm 1.8 lens. I had the opportunity to use it in a few photo shoots and I compared it to my favorite 85mm 1.2 lens. Stay tuned for that till the end of the video. And as usual, this review is from the perspective of a portrait photographer. It's not technical and purely based on my own opinion. So let's get into it. This lens retails at $2,099 USD. It has in-lens optical image stabilization, control ring like you can find on the new RF lenses, plus 2 programmable buttons which gives you even more control. It's light, fast, and produces amazing quality pictures. And if you want to read up a little bit more on the specs and the features, I will have the links in the description. So first of all, I want to talk about the image quality because, let's be honest, that's the selling point of this lens. The bokeh, the compression of the background, and the overall blurred out creamy look to it, it's truly beautiful. You can't tell me that this image doesn't look good. And honestly, if I didn't know, I would think that this was shot with the 85 1.2. It even has that similar round swirl at the corners that I just love. Let me know if you guys agree. And I know you guys love seeing the example images in my reviews, so here's some more. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. Amazing. Oh, stay like that, stay like that. Like your profile, yes. And look to the side, yes. Yes, beauty. Amazing. Yes. Yes. Amazing. What if you twirl here? Like, yes. Wow. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. Okay, can we do a few more of you like sitting there again with like the legs up, how you were like sitting like that? But just like, yeah, lower, like in that spot. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice because you can like put that one foot lower, but the other one higher. Yes, yes, yeah. Yes, that's absolutely perfect. Oh my goodness, yes. That's amazing. So now these 2 images I don't have the behind the scenes for because these were my brother's engagement photos I did, but I still wanted to include them in the video to show you guys the result because I think that lens is absolutely beautiful for couple pictures. Now let's talk about the focal length of this lens. It has some advantages and disadvantages. I will admit I'm not used to using such long lenses, so it was a bit of a struggle for me. You have to stand pretty far away from your subject, especially if you want to get the full body shots. And in some instances, it was to the point where it's hard to communicate with the model because she's standing so far away from me. And for me personally, having that constant communication with the model is super important. It also made it a bit hard for me to move around in certain location. When you shoot with this lens, you need a lot of space. So I would say that for me personally, it's a little bit of an annoyance, and I much prefer the 85mm length. Here's the comparison of the distance for the same shot between the 85mm and the 135mm. But I would say that it can come in handy in situations where you actually can't get close to your subject, for example during weddings or sport events. And if you shoot a lot with long lenses, let me know when do you use them in the comments down below. So now that I've mentioned the 85, let's compare the 135mm 1.8 to my favorite 85mm 1.2. So first, the price difference. Normally it's $700. The 1.2 is on sale right now if you want to get it. So is the 85 1.2 worth the extra? Let's see. I will preface that it was hard to take these pictures and compare them accurately because I was using the same camera for both lenses, but I tried my best, so here are the two shots side by side. Image on the right is 85mm shot at 1.2, and on the left it's 135mm shot at 1.8. Both are shot wide open. 82mm is at 250 shutter speed and the 135mm is at 200 shutter speed. And it is still darker even though I lowered the shutter speed. That's one thing I do love about my 85 1.2. It's really great in low light situations, and even just those few extra stops do make a difference in my opinion. Here are the two shots edited, and they both do look great, but if you ask me personally, I do like that extra blurriness with the 1.2, at least in this specific comparison. Here's another comparison, very similar situation, and now I brightened up the 135mm one to match the 85mm. And what do you guys think? I think I actually prefer the 135mm here in this situation, although the angle is slightly different in these pictures, but let me know what you think. And here I shot both lenses at 1.8 and they look very similar. It's almost hard to tell them apart. Actually, let me know if you can guess which one of these is shot on the 85mm and which one is the 135mm, and let me know if you got it correct in the comments down below. Okay, last comparison. Both are shot at 1.8 again, but I didn't try to make them look the same here. I just shot both lenses in the spot the way I normally would, so try to guess again which one is which, and here's the reveal. I also did film some handheld video footage with the 135mm 1.8, and although I would say that it's not really made for that, I was quite surprised with how it came out. The footage is really smooth, and it's probably with the help of the in-lens stabilization. So what do you guys think about this lens? Let me know in the comments. For me personally, although it's absolutely beautiful, I just don't like to go longer than 85mm, so I'll stick with my 85 1.2, but it was super fun to test out this lens, and I hope this review helped you guys out. So don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!